What's going on, everyone? WrestleMania finally happened. After a year, a month, and a day, the fans actually returned. And it was a long time coming actually. The WWE Universe was absolutely missed. After, as I said, a year without the fans, WWE were so close to actually cancel WrestleMania because the weather turned heel. And Vince McMahon's battle with God happened again. After the fans actually got to the stadium and went into their seats, they were being told that they have to take cover. WWE experience with Tampa has been absolutely tragic. Last year they couldn't perform because of the coronavirus, and finally this year when the fans could go into the stadium, the weather just turned heel on them. It was absolutely heartbreaking. So welcome to the thunderstorm at WrestleMania. But yeah, despite the weather actually giving WWE a really hard time, the ship that was on the WrestleMania stage also got to suffer. But it actually looked even more badass after that. But WrestleMania actually started with the first 30 minutes of the show being a weather delay, with Samoa Joe, Michael Cole and Byron Saxton having to stay at the commentary team during the rain to actually give us news. But during the weather delay, WWE actually giving their superstars time to cut unscripted promo, and it was actually the best thing ever. So with seeing this, WWE should stop giving their superstars dead scripts to say on live TV. They don't need the scripts. They are actually decent promo guys. Some of them actually been amazing promo guys, like Drew McIntyre, The Miz, Kevin Owens. A lot of the superstars actually from WWE don't really need scripts. Just give them bullet points and they'll actually go on a mad one and actually have a really genuine promo without words put in their mouth. And yet this actually shows what talent WWE has on their hands, and they should absolutely make the most of it. But yet the most important thing that happened at this year's WrestleMania was the fans being back in the stadium. You just had to watch it live, even at the stadium or at home, to just feel this energy, to this atmosphere, this amazing emotional bond that happened. It was the best feeling ever, having the crowd chants, having the crowd just noise, the proper crowd noise, not the Thunderdome crowd noise. Pro wrestling, the WWE Universe, the WWE itself is just the best community ever, man. You just can't get better than this. There's some haters here and there, you can't really make everyone happy, but overall this community is absolutely amazing. And this was a really emotional moment, and I'm really happy I could see it live, and I could see the fans actually return after a year in these circumstances. It was just amazing. So yeah, night one happened. What an amazing night one we had. The show had a lot of amazing moments, emotional moments, good moments, unexpected moments, disappointment moments, botches here and there, also funny moments. It absolutely had it all, and it was so special, and you just had to feel that it was just the right time, and it was just the right place, and it was just the right thing. So yeah, the WrestleMania finally started, and it actually started in the best way possible, with Vince McMahon welcoming back the fans and starting WrestleMania. But after that, the weather got in the way of the opener, and the first entrance to WrestleMania was actually Drew McIntyre. When that music hit, everyone just popped, man. It was just so emotional, so amazing. You can even see in his face, in his eyes, in his body language, everything. He was so emotional. He was so happy to actually have the fans back. He was so fired up as well. It was an amazing, it was just so surreal. What a moment, man. What a freaking moment. Last year he had it all the momentum, Royal Rumble winner, WrestleMania match against Brock Lesnar. And then the pandemic hit, and all the fans and all the atmosphere was absolutely just taken away from Drew McIntyre. The match was actually so amazing, and it over-delivered on all aspects. It was a brutal, amazing one-on-one match. The Battle of the Titans, this is it. The match started slow. It had a really good build because it was the first match back with fans. This match had it all. They went outside the ring, they threw each other into the barricades, back into the ring, top rope moves. Absolutely brutal, absolutely amazing. And after 5 to 7 minutes, that build started up really strong, and the fans were really into it, and you could see that they were actually behind Drew McIntyre, and it just felt like this was his moment. If you were to ask me during the match or even before the match who would win this match, I would say 100%. I would even bet my house on it that Drew McIntyre was absolutely going to win this and get his moment and get that WWE Championship back. And guess what? He didn't. Drew McIntyre went for the Claymore but actually got distracted by MVP, so he missed the Claymore, and then he was just put in a hurt lock by Bobby Lashley. And I was like, yeah, he's in the hurt lock, he'll get out of it. Is Drew McIntyre is really strong, and then he'll hit the Claymore. 1, 2, 3, Drew McIntyre WWE champion. But no, Drew fought so hard to get out of the hurt lock. He did everything he could, but he just couldn't get out of it, and he passed out. It was just too much for Drew. So yeah, still your WWE champion, Bobby Lashley. It was an interesting decision not to put the belt back on Drew McIntyre, but it was the better decision, and kudos to WWE for doing this, man. It was so against what everybody was expecting, and in that moment I just felt like fans are back. Drew McIntyre babyface, they are behind him. This is the moment, man. You just have to do it. But they just didn't do it, and I was actually a little bit sad. I was like, because it was the best moment with fans back, Drew McIntyre actually getting his moment, but it just didn't happen. Drew actually looked so strong in that match as well, so they didn't bury him, which is absolutely amazing. Now for Drew, I don't know what's next. There's gonna be a rematch at WrestleMania Backlash, which is actually the next pay-per-view. If you do that rematch, Drew has to win, because then he would probably look bad, and we don't want that with Drew. But yeah, Drew McIntyre was actually the best babyface WWE champion that we actually had in a really long time. So we just have to thank him for that, and I'm really sure that he will build himself up again, and I'm really sure that he will get that momentum back, and he will have actually his proper coronation and his proper WrestleMania moment in the next year. Maybe at next WrestleMania, maybe against Roman Reigns, maybe against Brock Lesnar. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm really happy and really excited to see actually in the years to come Drew McIntyre's moment, because it will come. It's inevitable, man. Next, we don't have that good of a moment. We have the women's tag team turmoil match, which was a decent one, but nonetheless it just had no build. It was pointless for me. But some botches as well in this one. We'll get to that later though. So yeah, the first entrance were Naomi and Lana going against Billie Kay and Carmella, but actually Billie Kay and Carmella pinning Naomi and Lana. Next, the Riot Squad came and eliminated Carmella and Billie Kay, and then we have our first botch of the night. Here comes Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. They're both going down the ramp, going to the ring, and then boom, Mandy Rose just slips. Can't really blame her though, it was really slippy, but I mean, that's a WrestleMania moment that's gonna stay there, so it's tough for Mandy right now, man. But she actually got up really fast, like nothing happened. It was just an embarrassing moment. So yeah, the Riot Squad actually beat them as well, with the announcer actually botching the winners. I think that Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke have won the match, which actually the Riot Squad did. So yeah. Next off, you have Natalya and Tamina making the into the ring, and here I'm like, the Riot Squad actually performed really well. So yeah, they're gonna win. No, they're not gonna win. They actually lost to Natalya and Tamina. And yeah, you'll have Natalya and Tamina going against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler for the Women Tag Team Championships. It was just a waste of a moment, man. I know Natalya and Tamina have been built up like some strong forces. Just don't have this match. Just have this match on SmackDown. Even the Riot Squad are not gonna win, the baby faces. If you're not gonna give them the moment, why have this match on WrestleMania card? This is really a terrible decision. And next off, we do have the match that is going to be a show stealer. We just know that Cesaro against Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins actually getting a new entrance, a new theme song. But the really bad thing about the entrance was, but you know, the two flaming things that was added in his entrance on both sides, left and right. The ones on the left, the first two of them, they didn't light up, but it was still something noticeable. But I really do like his new entrance. I really think if it fits him. Man, I'm so happy for Cesaro that he got his moment, and you could even see it on his face. He was so excited, he was so pumped up that he's finally got his moment. He's finally got his story. He's finally got his match at WrestleMania. His first one-on-one match. Absolute scenes, absolutely amazing. So happy for him. Couldn't be more than happy for him. He absolutely deserves it, and let's hope that he'll just go fucking skyrocket the roof from here, man. This match was pure fire, man. We've seen a lot of swings from Cesaro. Actually see Seth Rollins kick out of the neutralizer. It's pure amazing wrestling, man. We even see a really good spot. Seth Rollins going for the curb stomp, and actually Cesaro turning it into a European uppercut. What a moment, man. It actually reminds me of the Randy Orton RKO. We also see a new move from Seth Rollins from the top rope. He jumped in the air, he turned, and then he delivered the splash. What an amazing move, man. But for the finish, Cesaro delivered again the swings. 23 if I remember correctly. 23 swings, actually beating his own record. And then we see a special move returning for Cesaro, the UFO, turning his opponent on his shoulders. Oh, what a moment, man, what a moment. And the fans were so behind him. It was so amazing. And then we see again a neutralizer. 1 2 3, Cesaro takes the win. This is actually doing something really great for Cesaro, man. His first one-on-one WrestleMania match and he wins it. And who does he beat? A star like Seth Rollins. I'm really excited to see what both Seth Rollins and Cesaro are going to be doing next. But yeah, this is just the start of Cesaro, man. He has to go all the way, man. This is his build. This is his moment. Just give him it. This is the time to make Cesaro a proper star. Seth Rollins at the end of the day is Seth Rollins. With Kevin Owens over last year, it doesn't really affect him in any way, shape or form. But yeah, we didn't see the Raw Tag Team Championships match between the New Day and AJ Styles with Ramos. Actually, the New Day was being introduced by Big E, and this is actually an amazing moment with the fans. Wow, it was so amazing. You just had to cheer that, man. One night reunion for the New Day, bro. Holy. Match obviously starts with AJ Styles in the ring, and the New Day actually cutting the ring in half and just having him away from his partner so that he wouldn't tag him in. And finally, when AJ Styles tagged Amos and he came into the ring, the distraction just came in, man. He just obliterated both Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. This for me was done really well. I mean, he's a giant. What do you expect? You can't expect him to literally do hurricanranas and jump off the rope and do stuff like that. I must actually rip them off, bro. It was actually so surreal, so amazing. And yeah, we have new Raw Tag Team Champions with AJ Styles being a Grand Slam champion. What an amazing achievement he's done, man. He was absolutely amazing. Every feud he's been in, he's just made the most of it, and he's just looked so good every time. So yeah, thank you and kudos to AJ Styles. And then we have the WWE 2K22 announcement. WWE 2K22, it is different. Ah man, if it is the same different at WWE 2K20, I'll just want that instead, bro. You know what I mean? Charlotte knows as well. No, but really, we actually got some really good gameplay from WWE 2K22. We actually see a 619 from Rey Mysterio. Nothing big. We haven't seen a lot. We don't have a big announcement like GM mode is back or anything like that. We've just seen pure gameplay, and the actual models look better if you ask me. Like, they don't look as cartoonish as WWE 2K20 did. Actually looks more realistic and better. Also, we see the Thunderdome built arena, not yet with the screens of people, but probably and most likely we will get that, and it will be really good. But I don't want to get that excited, that pumped up just for now, because I want to see some more gameplay, some more announcements from WK22. I want to see that game actually come out and actually be good. But is Rey Mysterio on the cover? Because in 2K20 they actually chose some really good top baby faces. So they chose Roman Reigns and the man Becky Lynch. I don't think it's gonna be on the cover though, because they actually like to do a really good trailer and have that be the cover. I'm saying maybe Drew McIntyre, maybe The Fiend. And next we have the steel cage match between Shane McMahon and Braun Strowman. I mean, holy, this match exceeded our expectations, man. We were bound to some interaction type match with Braun Strowman obviously losing or just winning in a boring manner. But this was so freaking creative. I loved it, man. It was actually a WrestleMania worthy match if you ask me. If you watch my predictions video for this match, I was so wrong. I couldn't even be more wrong than this, because this stipulation match was actually really good. Yeah, we had some interruptions from Elias and Riker, but overall this match was so freaking hype. It was so good. The build-up was actually really good, and it got a really good payoff at WrestleMania. Or I would say at WrestleMania. A really good spot that happened was when Shane McMahon was on the cage, almost winning the match, almost getting out of the steel cage. But then Braun Strowman caught his hand through the steel cage, and he literally ripped off the cage with his bare hands, bro. Like, how, what monstrosity is this guy? And then they were both on the top of the cell, and he threw Shane McMahon off the steel cage into the ring. It was absolutely brutal, man. And kudos to Shane McMahon for taking that bump, man. At his age, bro, at 51, I'm pretty sure he's taking that bump. Holy, it was amazing. And then Braun Strowman got back into the ring. He power slammed Shane McMahon, and 1, 2, 3 won the match, and he isn't stupid. It was just so creative, and it was a really good WrestleMania moment at the end of the day. Next, we have the tag team match between the clowns Miz and Morrison, who will be facing Damian Priest and Bad Bunny. First, we've seen a lot of bunnies coming into the ring, and then we've seen Miz and Morrison performing their concert, which they should never sing. And then Bad Bunny comes to the best entrance of WrestleMania Night 1, in my opinion. It was really good to see him entering that way. And again, surprise after surprise, we see an amazing match from Bad Bunny and Damian Priest, man. And they again exceeded our expectations. Bad Bunny actually spent the most time in the ring actually fighting Miz and Morrison. He actually felt and looked like a proper wrestler. We've seen a lot of good moments in this match from Bad Bunny and Damian Priest, both of them, but especially from Bad Bunny. We've seen Bad Bunny actually punching Miz a couple of times, a roll-up in. We've actually seen him a Bunny Destroyer. I mean, yeah, you can see that Miz and Morrison are basically carrying him and getting him over. But I mean, he's putting the hard work. He went to the performance center and he actually trained for months and months, which is really good. I mean, a musician that actually really liked WWE, and then he fulfilled his dream, and then he went into WrestleMania to actually deliver one of the best celebrity matches of all time. It has to be up there with Pat McAfee, man. It just, maybe Pat actually is a little bit above. They still, I mean, it's still joint number one for me with Pat. And yeah, they went over. Now I don't know what Miz and Morrison are about to do next. They just lost. Damian Priest is looking really nice right now. He's looking really good right now. But I'm pretty sure Bad Bunny won't continue in WWE next. It was just a WrestleMania one-time thing, as all the celebrities do in WWE. But yeah, hopefully we'll see him back. And now finally for our main event, for the Women's Championship match between Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. Historic match, absolutely historic match. As you may have seen in my prediction video, it wasn't the main event because of the story, but absolutely deserves to be in the WrestleMania main event because of the performers. The fans were into it. The fans were really excited for this main event. You even see both of them being so emotional at the start of the match. It was absolutely amazing. You could feel and see the emotions. I mean, as expected with Sasha and Bianca, they will just deliver an absolute classic. It was a really fast-paced match. It was full of amazing spots, amazing moments. Sasha just being an amazing wrestler with Bianca as well. Bianca absolutely shows her strength in this match, and a lot of spots just emphasize that. It absolutely shows that she's the toughest, the strongest, the quickest, with all the puns intended, obviously. A really good spot from Sasha was the double tornado DDT. You guys can correct me down in the comments if you know the name of this move. And then for the finish, we've seen a really amazing spot, man. It was absolutely brutal. We've seen Bianca Belair's hair whip. I'll just let you see it for yourself how brutal this was.
That's the hair. Oh my God!
The sound, man, it was so freaking good. Play it again and again and again. Absolutely sick, so creative. You can even see Sasha's mark on her abdominals. And in the finish, we've seen a lot of finisher counters, but then we see Bianca Belair winning the SmackDown Women's Championship and having her proper coronation in the WrestleMania main event. What a moment this was. So emotional, so amazing. After she won, even her dad almost jumped the barricade. How happy he was. And we've seen some pictures on Twitter with the Montesford actually lifting her on his shoulders, with her lifting the SmackDown Women's Championship as well. But the bad thing that happened during the count, the 1, 2, 3, Michael Cole actually said, and Sasha Banks kicks out. Like, why? I mean, it's only a small mistake, but every time you will go and watch this match back, you'll just hear at the end of the match Michael Cole say, and Sasha Banks kicks out. Kicks away a lot from the match and from the competitors, but what could you do? It is what it is. But yeah, this was WrestleMania Night 1. It was really, really good. Absolutely exceeded all our expectations. All the matches were really good, except for the tag team turmoil match, which wasn't the best, but they still had good competitors and they actually delivered. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments, what did you think of WrestleMania Night 1? Leave a like, subscribe, turn your bell on, and I'll see you guys for the WrestleMania Night 2 review. Peace out.